Hey guys, Ender here, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're discussing the newly buffed AC42 and just how it pretty much invalidates all other weapon choices in the game. It does everything, and it might be one of the most overpowered weapons ever put in a Battlefield game just because of the versatility and the applicability of this weapon. It does it all whenever you want it to do it. I'll be going over the changes they made to it in the most recent patch, the attachment setup I'm using, and I'll just kind of explain how I'm utilizing this weapon. And it is a bit of a skill cannon, but once you get it down, there really isn't a weapon in the game like it. It can contest everything. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And join the Discord, link is in the description. I also stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. First link in the description. Drop that a follow. Been seeing a lot of you guys come through from the YouTube videos, ask me a bunch of questions, so that's always cool to see. Now, as far as the AC42 goes, it was always a great weapon in Battlefield 2042. It did feel a little more awkward than it does now before they buffed it. And what they did is they increased the burst per minute from, I believe, 160 bursts per minute to 170. Now, that doesn't sound that high, but when you consider that they increased it 10 bursts per minute, and a burst is 3 bullets, they essentially made it so you could shoot a full magazine of ammo more within the same time period. And what that translates to is just straight up faster TTK because your bursts per minute are increased. So the amount of damage you're doing, the damage per second, is naturally increased as a result of that. And the AC42 was already exceptionally quick killing. I think it was overpowered before the update. But after this update, I don't think any other AR in the game can straight up 1v1 contest an AC42. I don't think almost any weapon in mid-range can contest the AC42. Maybe the SVK, the Scar potentially, but I think even an accurate burst from an AC42 will destroy anyone using a Scar, especially if you hit him in the head. This weapon can one burst, and because of its attachment versatility and its naturally high accuracy, you can get away with setups on this gun that you wouldn't typically be able to get away with on other weapons. Because of the naturally high accuracy of this weapon and just the fact that it's burst, I don't feel the need to put any sort of grip or compensator on this weapon, which means you can get away with running a suppressor, namely the wrapped suppressor and the new laser sight, which further decreases the recoil and gives you better hip fire. This just means that this weapon does it all the time, while maintaining a blisteringly fast TTK across insane distances. You can easily kill people that are 130 plus meters away with this thing. You might even one burst them from that range if you get an accurate enough and well-controlled burst. Now, like I said, this weapon is a bit more of a skill cannon. It is finicky to use. It doesn't quite function the same way as previous Battlefield burst fire weapons. It's a bit interesting. So you can't really spam the burst, right? Like, you have to time it pretty tightly, but once you get that timing down, people just drop left and right, as you can see in the clips here. With the suppressor, first of all, they don't know where they're getting shot from. And then, to make matters even worse, they have so little time to know where they're getting shot from that they just die while they're trying to look for me. And if I wanted to, I can just switch to a grenade launcher, start dealing damage to a vehicle, start, burning people that are trying to push up with incendiary grenades, blowing them up with HE, and then just switch back to the laser sight for close quarters. And you can easily fight submachine guns with this thing. All you gotta do is play a little more passively, because obviously it requires you to be accurate and land the full burst. But if you do, this thing can even potentially out DPS a K30. And for the majority of players, they're on controller. And controller with the AC42 is even better than mouse and keyboard with the AC42, because if you use a controller in Battlefield 2042, whether you are on PC or console, it doesn't matter, you are receiving less recoil. Specifically, you're receiving 0.75 first shot recoil multiplier, 0.75 vertical recoil, and 0.75 horizontal recoil. So it's literally just a direct upgrade if you're on a controller with this thing. It actually extends the range you can use it out to an insane distance. I have been one bursted by the AC42 from 100 plus meters by controller players, just nonchalantly. Now, obviously, mouse and keyboard players can do the exact same thing, but I'm just saying, if you have not used this on controller, it's time, because it's literally nuts. A quick note about the balance of 2042. It seems to me that they're going for an interesting balancing decision that I would actually say is pretty similar to how they balanced Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 3, all the weapons were really strong, and that made them pretty versatile. Like, you could use the AK-74M, and you could also use the G3. You could use the M16, the M416. All the weapons were tolerable, and that's kind of the case with 2042 right now. But with that being said, there are still clear standouts within categories, and the AC-42, you know, the BSVM, the Avances, all these weapons stand out, but I think the AC-42 might stand out above all of them currently. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the clips, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All of these clips were hit live on stream on my Twitch streams. Follow the link in the description if you want to see me hit some of these background gameplay clips live and freak out in the chat with everyone. I will see you guys later.
Target down!